In the last time we planted cashew trees, and some of them survived as I predicted. Yeah, most of them died because they had no roots, but some survived. I think more than 5. And that is totally fine because we don't want to make a cashew nut farm, just have some cashew nuts for ourselves. And then that's the giant bamboo. They are growing very nicely, very good. And then in the last video we planted some butternut pumpkins, like maybe 50 pieces, and they're getting big now, so we planted them. And yeah, that's our bathroom and our washing area, and there's always water here, so we planted some of the pumpkins here because they can drink a lot of water. And yeah, so when you plant pumpkins on a dry area, they would not grow very well. And here we plant some more, and then we also plant some of the tomatoes, like here. These are tomatoes. Yeah, and there are some other pumpkins. That's a butternut pumpkin. And the tomatoes are growing also. Yeah, a bit slow, but still. Then let's go down here to the beans. They are flowering now. They are not growing very well too, but still. Also the pumpkin, not really growing here. That's a European pumpkin. I think it's just not the right soil for this kind of pumpkin. And then over here, some more beans. They look a bit yellow. Maybe they need some more nitrogen. I have no clue. And then here, that is the watermelon. It's a bit growing a bit slowly, but it's getting the first flowers. Yeah. The people here say we should spray the watermelons with an insecticide to kill all the bugs and animals. We planted some other watermelons before, and they didn't grow. They grow at the beginning, but when they reach a certain size, they just die. Yeah, and this is the snake hair cucumber. I made a little net here so that they can grow. And that is a European cucumber. I think they need a bit of water, it's very dry here. The tomato, the native Filipino tomato is getting bigger also. But the small plants over here, they're not really growing. I don't know how long they will grow until they stop growing and just produce the fruits. Yeah, and this pumpkin plant is so big now, very massive. There are already some pumpkins growing here. Yeah. And let's go up here. Here's the pepper plant. It was much bigger, but then it was broken, so just half of the size now. And then up there we had some watermelon. We planted them and they are growing nicely, but then they just die. Don't know what's the problem. Maybe I will try to spray them next time. And then here, that is the first pumpkin that we planted, and they are getting old, so we will clean that up soon. There's still a pumpkin growing here. We harvest a handful of pumpkins, maybe 4 or 5 pieces, but yeah, that's the end of this plant. So soon we will clean up this area and plant something else. And then, yeah, from the butternut pumpkin in the last video, that was maybe 30 pieces. And we planted also some of them up here. But up here it's super dry. You can see the soil, there's totally no water. And it's also very hot. The soil here is very soft when it's wet, but when it's getting dry, it's get very hard like a concrete. So that is not the best place to plant a pumpkin, but I just want to see the difference from this dry soil up here and the wet soil down there. So we just plant them and then we will see the difference. Maybe we can plant a pumpkin also up here, and then we can plant a lot more next time. And then here, that is the giant bamboo from before. We added some pumpkins here too. These are also butternut pumpkins. And also here. And in this area we plant the tomatoes, and some of them are not growing for some reason, like this one and this one. We have like 4 rows in total, and then in the first row they are just growing. Yeah, but up there not really. And we have some more pumpkins here, really a lot of pumpkins. I bring some different pumpkin seeds here because I just want to know which one would grow here. We also bring an oil pumpkin, and this pumpkin you can just eat the seeds like a snack, and you can also use the seeds to make a cooking oil. Yeah, but they didn't grow and the seeds die in the soil. They didn't even come out, so it's a bit sad, but maybe when I come next time I will bring some other species. And that is the Dutch pumpkin, a white pumpkin. I also showed you this before. Yeah, and this one looks very healthy. Yeah, some of the old leaves got eaten by the bugs, but right now it's growing fine. And that is the popcorn. Many of the popcorn plants died, but yeah, some of them survived and they look quite good. I think they will make it for sure. And then the Gemelina tree, it's growing very fast. That is the best growing plant in our garden so far. And then I planted a little pepper here. The peppers is growing in this soil, we already know that. And that is the Italian tomato, the San Marzano. I showed you this before also. It's also growing very nicely. And then we plant some other seeds. That's a big pepper. That is a spicy long pepper, like the one they use in the Arab countries. And then some of the flowers are growing. And here we plant some watermelons. We take it from a watermelon that we buy on the market. I have no idea if they will grow good or not. We will see that soon. And then the lettuce from before, we planted in the soil. The lettuce is growing very slowly, but it still looks healthy, so I think maybe they will make it. If it's getting rain, the soil is super dry again. It's like raining every day, but just a little bit. It's just enough to get the surface a bit red, but the soil never really soak up the water. So here we have some flowers. The flowers that survived, I planted it here. That is a red sunflower. I had a mix of different types of sunflowers, but yeah, that was like 20 seeds, but only one of them survived, and there's some bugs eating it. And that's another flower. I don't know which one is that, but you will see that soon. And then the sunflowers are doing very well. They are almost all flowering now. And we will take the seeds and start a new area with the sunflowers, because they are growing very nice. And sunflowers, they look nice, they attract bees and other insects, and we can use it to make a cooking oil. Yeah, so that's so far what we did this time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and then I see you in the next survival gardening update.